A persona is something that resembles you. It can be an animal, a fantasy character, a chibi, or a carbon copy of yourself. Anything is possible, really. In this video, I'll figure out what I want my persona to be, with a long side quest of playing dress up with myself, and also finally tackling the hurdle of making a PNG Tuber. The exact one that you're seeing right now. If everything turns out, that is. I'm recording this beforehand, so I don't know yet. With nothing more to do, go grab your sketchbook and draw along, and let's get to designing. This will be a long one. Okay, so as you can see, I have my references here. I just made kind of a mood board with things that I like. I want something warm, so I have a lot of browns and warm colors. And then for the outfits, I want to have different outfits because I think that would be fun. I'm gonna have a casual outfit, which I have these pants that look like these. And I want those. I love my cargo pants. I wear them more often than I should. And I really want something like fantasy medieval like these over here. Boots. I love boots. I still don't have knee-high boots, but I can draw myself however I want, and I want knee-high boots. I can't draw this, however, but we're gonna practice and I'll get there. And then I also want a more casual outfit. I gathered some references with fish-themed things because I love fish and I want to have a fish outfit as well. I'll keep my mood board close. Oh my. And we're just gonna start drawing a little bit. So what I want to draw myself, obviously. Now I can draw myself however I want. It doesn't have to look like me if I don't want that. But I actually do kind of want that to start with. I'm not very experienced when it comes to drawing. Like personas, I am a little experienced when it comes to drawing. I should have a picture of myself up. But what do I look like? I've been drawing really sharp eyes, I think what I would call them. My eyes don't really look like that. I think I have more like almond eyes, maybe? And my eyebrows are quite square, I do know that much. And then my mouth, pretty round. My face, I have a very square face and I don't like that, so I'm not gonna draw myself like that. Now I'm just drawing myself, by the way, but you gotta start somewhere. Okay, so we got, this doesn't look like me, but well, I'm gonna get my earrings in and my pupils. That looks cute, actually. Nose, oh, I don't like this area, actually. I don't dare flipping it, so this will do for now. I'm gonna draw in the hair, the bangs, and then my hair honestly just does whatever it wants. I wake up, I put my hands through it, like optional, and I call it a day. Something like that. And then I sort of have the bottom dyed, like a darker color. And it's not very visible in real life, but I do really like the way it looks, so we're gonna add that in. Okay, that's a very, very start of a face. And that's me. Done. Bye. No. Oh, I want to have an antenna. I think that's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna flip it, guys. Why did I suddenly forget the shortcut for flipping? My hand is positioned slightly differently, and I just don't know my shortcuts anymore. They're so intuitive that if something changes, Control H? Huh? Huh? I'm so lost. What is it? I don't even know where it is located because I always use the shortcuts. Huh? Control Shift H? Oh, that's not right. Huh? I'm so confused. How do I flip the canvas? Huh? I do this every day. I'm blanking. I can't figure it out. View. Window. I feel so dumb. Huh? I found it! Oh my god. Wait, huh? What is it? It doesn't say the shortcut, but whatever. It's flipped. Okay, we'll zoom out. I can't reach my zoom, so we'll have to do it manually. And it's actually not too bad. I am, however, gonna take this, move it up, and then redraw the chin. Okay, we've got a head. We're gonna place it there. Oh, I don't like the silhouette of the hair, actually. Take the hair, deform it a little bit. There. Okay, next up, I just want to draw, like, my body. So we're just draw someone standing there. Maybe a little bigger. Get in the arms. Na, 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 na. Oh, look how strong my arms are. No, because how do you draw legs? Why can't I figure this out? Sketch in the face real quick. And my bangs. my hair, eyebrows. There we've got a very basic sketch of me just kind of standing there. And then we can go and put some clothes on there. I always wanted to make like a dress up where you just like, you know, have a body like this. Put up all sorts of clothes. I can't figure out how to draw legs. This is not... Why can't I draw legs? This is so not good. Wait, I've got the pants. But I don't want the pants, I want the legs. Okay, that's one leg. And then life gripper drawing. And another one, which side has the big toe? The inside, right? My anatomy knowledge is so great. Can we just gonna take this leg? Put in a little there. Connect it again. We're gonna flip it. Has it suddenly come to me how to flip the canvas? No, we got the body. We're gonna put some clothes on here. So I think this is fine for the sketch. My hair pretty much... The thing is, whenever I leave the house, my hair is loose. I want it around me. But when I'm inside my house, just at my desk, like right now, it needs to be like not a single strand is allowed to roam free. It needs to be all tied up, or I just get sensory issues from the fact that I have hair. So maybe we'll make an at-home version as well. We're just quickly gonna fill in a base. And with that, we can also see the silhouette. Not that it's gonna be anything special because it's just me standing there. And we'll just quickly add some color. I didn't think I'd ever draw myself in my underwear and put it on the internet, but there is a first time for everything. So what I meant with the hair earlier is I grab a different color, a darker one, and just fill in the bottom of it. There, that's me in my underwear. Okay, I'm gonna start with the first outfit, like the casual outfit. I often wear shirts, just like big, pretty oversized shirts, so we can start with that. And then my big pants that I was talking about. I've never actually drawn clothes over like such a detailed silhouette before, and it's kind of interesting. I'm actually wearing this right now. There are all of the pockets in there, and then boot will have to do for now. Just like imagine them going up like that. And then there's often a rubber band on my hand so I don't lose it, and a necklace. Then if we add a layer in between this, we should be able to color this in. The outfit that I'm wearing right now is this. Oh, that's not right. Is the pants. I'm not wearing shoes, but I would wear my black boots, then my cargo pants, and then this shirt, which is also gray. The girl with the pearl earring on there. It's one of my favorite shirts. It feels very nice. She looks like a gnome. You can only see it from like a top view, so this will do. This is a very basic outfit. This is what I look like, but it's very boring. So we're gonna spice things up. I do want to keep the pants, but I want to change the shirt. I was gonna say I'll keep my mood board closed. It's not even opened. Now it's time to spice things up. First of all, I want to change this shirt to something with a fish on there. And then grab a blue. Let's see, we can just have it on there. That's boring. We can do it like a tie, which I think is really funny. I found that on Pinterest. That's actually really cute. Look at that. I actually kind of like it with just a line art like that. Isn't that cute? I like that. I actually want it to be orange. I'm gonna see if I can select all of this. And then I can just do that. And then it's orange. And then it's warm and it stays within my color palettes. And my own fish are orange. There, that's already better, I think. I think that's cute. I think that's very cute. I'm gonna design some more outfits. I want to try something. I don't really know. I mean, I guess I know how to do this. Okay. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna put all of these clothings there in a layer. That's probably it. And then you can just like take it and then whoop, scooch it on there. That is so cute. Then you can put it to the side. And it's just on there, and it's like a dress-up game. Oh, I love that. Look how cute. Oh, that is adorable. That is adorable. I love that. I want to make more outfits. I'm gonna try my hand on the fantasy outfit. Now we can just, whoop, I'm gonna call this casual fish. Make a new layer. I'm also gonna put this in a folder and just call it like base. And then I can make myself disappear, I guess. No, then it's on one layer as well. This one, I want to color this one really quickly. Just take these colors. Oh yes, perfect. I've been using Clip Studio Paint recently instead of Paint Tool SI, which is what I normally use or have used for the past like 6 years or so. But the shortcuts are different, and I love my shortcuts. I think you can see that I normally use shortcuts for everything, including flipping the canvas. But the shortcuts are different in Paint Tool SI. And I'm getting used to them, but now I need to get unused to them. I keep pressing M when I want the lasso tool. Oh, like right now. But inside that gives like this tool. And the L gives this. Oh my. One thing that has bothered me for the longest time is that I can't seem to find a way to make a shortcut for flipping the canvas in Clip Studio Paint. And like I said, I use that one a lot. I don't know why I suddenly forgot. I still haven't remembered what it is inside. If anyone knows how to get that shortcut in Clip Studio Paint, please enlighten me. I can't take it anymore. Also, fun fact, my eye color is actually the exact same color as my hair. A friend of mine mentioned that the other day. Like, I realized it because I always use the same color whenever I draw myself. But she just looked at me and she was like, your hair color is like the exact same color as your eyes. And I was like, yeah, that's right. And she was like, I forgot what she said. I think she said, that's so cool or something. And I was like, it's boring. My color palette is boring. But it is also why do I have 2 mouths? That's weird. What was I saying? I think it is boring. Also, my skin is very yellow, actually. I don't know why I'm making it more pink. This doesn't really look like me, but I do think it looks really cute, so I'm just gonna pretend that this is me. And then people are gonna be like, oh, I bet you're so pretty. And I'm like, oh, I make this darker. I think this video is gonna be all over the place. I don't think I've ever done a, like, real life drawing, like, drawing in real time while on my tablets. It's also, my setup is not nice. My left hand can barely reach my keyboards, and that's because it's in a different position. I can't seem to remember anything. That's why I can't remember my shortcut for flipping the canvas, like I mentioned. And it kind of hurts my arm. It's not in a comfortable position at all. Oh, they're so cute. I think it's really cute. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button because it's the right button in Clip Studio. That's just very quick. I'm gonna have to look up a picture of myself or look in the mirror. Look at this one. I want to color this one as well. Just for the funny. I drew this because I was like, if I just get like really into the flow state, I'll be able to remember what flipping the canvas is, but I didn't. Okay, there we go. Next outfit, the medieval outfit. Let me get my mood boards. Now I can just pull this slider down on the base, get my line art color, and then just draw right over it. So I want something of like a corset. Just gonna start with something really basic. And underneath there's off to like a really puffy sleeves. Oh, maybe, no, I would never wear off the shoulder, never mind. I don't like wearing that. More like that. And then just like a big skirt. I don't really wear dresses ever, but I just love like princess dresses. Just like maybe just flats under there for as much as you can see them. So it's kind of hard drawing on top of the existing and see where if the lines connect everywhere. I don't think they do, but it doesn't really matter. We'll add a new layer underneath there, and then we can just, ew, I don't like that. Color everything in. I don't like this outfit at all, actually. And then the skirts. Ooh, I love yellow. Maybe like a very warm yellow. Ooh, look at that. It's like an orange, like the fruit. Now we'll just add like one very basic layer of shading so it doesn't look as flat. There, this one can have some blue. And then the shoes can be... Then we can put the base up again. Put this in a file or in a folder. And then look, Whoop, cute. And now if I take the other one, oh, that's not what I wanted, but that does the trick. See, we got 2 outfits. Cute. Okay, so I've got these really 2 basic outfits now, and I'm gonna make some variations of those, get some more in there, do a little more drawings in general. Oh no, actually what I want to do, I'm gonna make a new layer. I've never actually done like a meet the artist thingy, but I want to do something similar, or I'm just gonna like draw some things that fit the vibe. I'm gonna start with a fish. That's not a fish. There first. Maybe a shrimp as well. My shrimp will feel left out. I don't know how to draw shrimp. They have very, very strange anatomy. Something like that. It looks like a sack. And then I still don't know how many legs shrimp have, but it's gotta be at least 8. And then down here they have like these, I learned they are called pleopods, I believe, whatever. And then like really big. There, that's kind of what they look like. I'm just gonna add some yellow because I love yellow. There, a yellow orb. Get my mood board in. Ooh, coffee. I wanna draw a coffee sipper. Also, my neighbors decided this is an amazing time to go and use some power tools. So if there's like some noise in the background, oops. Also, rice. I actually had rice for breakfast today. It was great. Although I ended up reorganizing half the cabinets in the kitchen, and then at some point I forgot that I had rice cooking, so it was like just frying them in a pan. You telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Okay, no, just frying them in a pan, and I forgot about them, and it was a little overcooked, but it was still great. I had lots of things in there. I had chicken and cucumber and sesame seeds and carrots. There, just pretend this is rice, all right? Beans, rice beans. If anyone's wondering why that's my name, I just thought it was cute. I didn't like my previous name. That's my coffee. I never drink black coffee actually. So there's milk in there. We got a fish, we got a shrimp, we got rice, and we got coffee. Oh, flowers. I want to add some flowers. I never know what my favorite flowers are because I love so many flowers. I was gonna say lavender. I don't even like lavender. Ooh, I love peonies. They look like... They honestly just have like tons of petals. And then maybe an iris. No, not iris. A lily? A lily, that's what they look, something like that. That is the best lily I've ever drawn in my life. Straight out of my head. We got some flowers. What more is me? It's so confronting to be like, okay, what fits you? Because then it's like, I don't know. Books. I love books. I love reading. I finished my book yesterday. There we have a book. And drawing. That's actually one of my hobbies. Did you guys know that? I was gonna say I love scrapbooking too. I'll add some scissors. Yeah, let's add some scissors. Why not? What's wrong with scissors? You can cut things with that. Scissors and a pencil. What do pencils look like? That's just a stick. Pencils are kind of like sticks. Sticks with sticks in them. That's actually insane. Okay, nobody can tell that's a pencil, but you can tell because I just told you. I feel like I'm talking into a void. It's kind of weird. It's so weird recording and just being like, I'm gonna listen to this in the future, then I'm gonna edit it, and then other people are gonna listen to it. That's kind of weird. I'm gonna add in my sketchbook. I sketched so much yesterday. It was actually so much fun. I didn't have anything planned. I just spent the entire day sketching. There, my sketchbook. I was gonna say my water bottle. I actually decided not to drink from my water bottle anymore because there's algae growing in there. So I need to buy a new one, but I love drinking water. Also mice. I used to have like a thing with I used to have mice. My entire thing was kind of mice. I can't draw mice, but just, and then I got fish, but like ever since like 2018, it's honestly been mice. It's kind of a mouse. And they think that'll do. And doobie-doobie-doo, boom boom. Color this one in. Color this one in. I'm also gonna establish a color palette in a minute. The book, my coffee cup is not. It's just white, but this looks prettier. The mouse can be brown. I love brown mouse. I saw a mouse at my grandmother's house the other day. It was so cute. It was so tiny. It did pee on my mattress, but like that's I can forgive that. Let's see. Maybe one more color. What color fits? Maybe a complementary color. Like blue. We can make this scissors blue. Make this blue. I don't think irises. Lilies? Lilies are really blue, but that's fine. And this water. Fair. That's cute. That's cute. Okay, so this is kind of more like a drawn mood board. This is the vibe. This is what we're going for. I'm planning to make like some, like, I don't know exactly what a PNG tuber is, but I just want to make some like images, not images, some drawings that I can use as if I'm talking. I'm gonna draw my eye. I'm gonna grab a mirror. This is kind of like a reference board, I guess, but it's very up for change. What's that called? Preliminary. Preliminary, that's the word. Let's see what my eyes actually look like. Kind of like this, maybe. And then my eyelid. And then my really bad beanbag. What's that called? Eye bags, not beanbags. Why would it be called beanbags? My eyebrows are actually covered up by my hair, like, most of the time. Unless I just got a haircut. I think like that, and then we'll just add some pizzazz. Oh, maybe I can change the iris. The pupil, I mean, not the iris. Oh, I did not save it yet. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna save my file. That might be a good idea. The only reason I saved it was because I misclicked, but oh well. Okay, so once again, my eye is the same color as my eyebrow. And then I often wear like, oh, that's not the right color. Like brown, not brown. This color, orange eyeshadow, some brown. That is not saturated enough. That is also actually not saturated enough. Oh, that's too big. Like so. I stopped looking at my reflection a long time ago, but I guess this is sort of what my eye looks like. Maybe I'll change my eye color. Something more fun. There we go. There we have my eye. And that's our mood board for now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is go and sit for it and really explore the design a little more, make it a little more fun, and I think I'll leave it to voiceover me then. So, hi, I started with a cleanup of the portrait and the base and the first two outfits a little bit because they were still quite messy. And then I also touched up on the medieval dress design. Because I wasn't very happy with the first design, I changed the shoulders and the chemise, and I added some flowers to the hair for some extra pizzazz. And I also made the ears a little pointy, like an elf, because it's fun. And I want to be whimsical, and it's my world, and you're just living in it. I was very inspired by The Sims, how when you create a new character you have all those options like formal wear, swim clothing, party outfit, sleepwear, etc. So I decided to make those for myself as well. As you can see, I started with the formal wear. I gave myself a nice suit with a blouse and neat pants. I also put up my hair with some braids, which I never put up my hair like that, but I do think it would look really cute if I did, if I could. I figured out it's a little more formal than just letting my hair run wild like I permanently do. I didn't end up making a party outfit, mostly because I couldn't think of any that wasn't a dress or something that resembled the formal outfit way too much, because if I go to a party from friends, I just dress casually, and if I go to a formal party, I would just wear something resembling a suit or a blazer, so I skipped that one. For the formal one, I made the tie yellow because that's cute, and ultimately decided to keep the suit grey, even though initially it was just a neutral placeholder. I actually ended up quite liking it. I think this design is neat. I feel like a little gentleman. So next up was swimwear. In real life, I would just wear a bathing suit, but that didn't sound fun, and the one I have doesn't fit the color palette, so instead I designed a whole new one. I did this little sort of two-piece, one-piece, at least something that doesn't have half my ass exposed, because why are people comfortable with that? But anyways, I put a little shrimpy on the suit, just look how cute. I also tried giving myself sunglasses, but that didn't look all too good. I feel like a hippie. That wasn't my vibe, so I just moved on to the next one. Next up was sleepwear. I'm not gonna lie, I don't wear pajamas when I sleep at home, but I didn't want to just keep my underwear because that would be incredibly boring. So I gave myself a little sleeping cap. Looking back, I would actually like to design some pajamas that both fit the color scheme and feel like something I could actually wear when I don't sleep at home, but that'll be for another day. From there, I went on to design more clothes for a casual outfit. both clothes I already owned and clothes I would love to own, like the shrimp hoodie that just looks so comfy and is so cute. I drew a couple pants, some that I owned and one that I'd like, which is the big black pants. Look at them, I would love them. They look so comfortable and big. I love drowning in pants, alright? I love drowning in clothes. Whenever I felt stuck, I would just look at my mood board and also roam Pinterest for some more inspiration. At some point, I really started adding basic items of clothing, almost like designing a capsule wardrobe, which is something that I've been wanting to do for years, but I could never really figure out how that will work, like layer-wise and everything. But today I figured it out, so I added some basic tees and socks and whatnot. I would have added more shoes than the 2 I had, but I'm embarrassingly bad at drawing shoes. So it took me a while to get a couple that I liked enough. Looking back, yes, I should have just looked up more references and tried a little harder, but shoes is something that I'll tackle another day. Like I mentioned, I first started with clothes I owned and gradually just ventured out and started designing clothes that I would love to own, or I would love to exist in general. Eventually I made these little blouses, one with blue shapes, one with yellow stripes, and one with this little orange pattern. I immediately fell in love with the oranges one. It was loosely inspired by this Pinterest image. I would love to make something like this in real life. I just think it looks so summery and so fun. And if I had it, if I can find a fabric that looks similar, I would definitely love to try and make it in real life so that I could actually wear it. I think that would be amazing. I also made this apron because I'm really not sure why I did so. I just thought it would be cute because aprons are cute. I just don't really like how this design turned out. It's a big outfit, I guess, but we'll move on. I finished with some more basic articles of clothing and a couple more shirt designs. I really like this one with the heavy stitching. I really want to take a shirt, cut it apart, and then just use some really thick string to stitch it back together. I think that would look amazing. As you can kind of tell, I sort of established a color palette with just neutrals and then some oranges like a marigold and the blue. And then a tiny bit of green for the oranges. I think this makes it all fit nicely together and just look cohesive and nice. With all of these drawings, my file is an absolute mess. There are so many layers, but you can actually play dress up and I think it's just so stinking cute and fun to do. Having them all styled out like this just makes my inner child so happy. I feel like this is sort of a dream come true for younger me, who used to love playing all those dress up games, but never honestly really liked the designs, some of them. I always was very particular about the ones I liked. I didn't like many of them. So this was just amazing to make it myself. In the future, I would love to take this to an even higher level and really add different hairstyles and face expressions to really make it like a dress-up game. I could even add backgrounds and themes. I quickly looked it up and there are sites out there like Picrew where you can design or program design apps like this, but that is definitely too much for this video, but who knows what the future will bring. I would love to expand upon this. Now it's finally time for the actual PNG Tuber drawings. Drawing this ended up taking several hours as well, but we'll start at the beginning. After looking at some other people's PNG Tubers, I came up with some poses that I wanted, so I quickly drafted those out. I took references of myself in the poses, and the next day I started with a whole bunch of hand drawings, mostly to warm up and also to practice drawing the poses of the hands before the actual final drawings. Some of these hands I ended up using directly, others were really just too bad and I couldn't use them, so I ended up redrawing them. Hands really are not my forte since it's been a long time since I actively worked on improving my hand drawings, but overall I think they are not too bad. So with this, it was time to move on to the next step, the final PNGs. I started with this pose with a hand up since it was the first hand I drew and worked out the rest of the pose. Because most of the hands were already drawn and I had exact references for the poses, it wasn't actually that hard to draw the rest. It was first positioning the hands in the right spots and then connecting it to the elbow and the shoulders with, well, the arm. This was also great practice for just understanding anatomy. I feel like I learned a lot from just doing this. Eventually it went way quicker than in the beginning because, well, practice makes progress. However, there were so many poses and it definitely took a while to get them all done. Coloring and rendering is definitely my favorite part when it comes to drawing, so after finishing the first couple poses, I decided to color one in to see what it would look like. And it looks quite clean, if I do say so myself. I really love the colors, they feel so bright and summery, which is great because it's so hot and I can really feel the summer. I think it would be fun to like go to the hoodie or just something warmer when winter rolls around and just have different ones, and it's so much fun. I like it. I'm so excited to use this. I hope that I will. After finishing the colors, I worked some more on the expressions by drawing more eyes and mouths. I am not an animator and I definitely struggle when it comes to drawing open mouths, so I really hope that this will turn out in the end. I don't know that yet, but I just focus on getting expressions in and having different mouth positions. Most of the poses are pretty similar, rather they are the exact same except for like the hands and the arms, so I am a little afraid that it will turn out very stiff without any in-betweens or stretches anywhere. But I am already tired of doing all of these drawings, so I think I will tackle that another day. I'm gonna have to find a way to rig these anyways first, so there's still lots to do. As you can see, after that it was just drawing more and more poses until at the end of the day I had some sort of multi-armed monster. It is definitely great hand drawing practice, this project. And now all that's left is coloring the rest of the poses and making sense of saving dozens of PNGs for all of the different poses and expressions on my computer. Another little side quest, in my sketchbook I was experimenting with making more stylized bodies, particularly big head, big legs and feet, and just a tiny torso. And I wanted to make one of myself digitally as well, so I got to sketching. I'm still figuring out with what I want the proportions to be for this style. So I used the sketch face for that, obviously. And once that was done, I added in the base colors, the same colors for the PNGs. And the rendering process is really not any different. I just added in some basic shadows to give the drawing some depth. And at the end, I also ended up going over most of my line art to clean up the edges that were a little rough for my liking, because my line layer is set to multiply and the base colors just peek through. With a couple more cleanups, this doodle is done. I think the style is so adorable. I would love to draw more characters like this. I also had a lot of fun drawing these characters in my sketchbook. I really hope you like it as well. It's not my normal style, but whether you like it or not, I like it. I'm gonna keep drawing them. Okay, please ignore the face for a minute because it didn't copy the eyes because they were on a different layer. But look, I took a picture of my desk and then I placed myself there, and then I don't have enough hands for this. How am I gonna? And I'm just gonna talk over here. That's adorable. So I'm gonna draw over the background so that it's drawn another picture because that's weird. So yes, I'm giving myself yet another task, but look at that. And this I can use in the beginning of the video, or of any video really. Oh, this is adorable. Okay, I completely forgot to record the drawing process until I was nearly done, so there's no progress shots for this one. Oops, sorry. But I basically just traced over the existing lines with a textured pen. I normally don't trace, but since accuracy and, well, speed were kind of the essence for this one, I decided to take the easy route. Then I colored everything in, following the existing color palette of the persona drawing, so that everything just fits nicely together. I also added one simple layer of shadows on a multiply layer, and some very soft lighting on an overlay layer, I think. It's not amazing, but I think it will do nicely for the background, something that I really didn't think about until nearly the end. I will definitely redo this in the future or just do some touch-ups, but for now this will do. That's it for the voiceover until this part. I still gotta color and then figure out how to rig. Oh, I'm so scared for that. More coloring. Just coloring for like 2 hours more and then it should be done. I am honestly so afraid it's not gonna turn out as well. One thing that I also fear is, especially in DaVinci, you don't have a convenient way of lining things up. You just gotta do it by hand. There's no like snap. So getting all of the PNGs aligned is gonna be a task, quite the task. I don't know how people do that, I should look that up. And then the expressions, if I want different expressions for the same pose, then I should have the expressions separate, or just save dozens of PNGs with each with like a pose and an expression and just the expressions and pose. If I want to have like all of the options, it's gonna be so much. It's gonna be so much. Please pray for me. I hope that you enjoyed that little speech of despair I recorded on the previous voiceover. Anyways, so it did not take nearly as long to color everything as I had expected. It was kind of just puzzling with copying and pasting bits and pieces that were already colored here and there, and recoloring the arms and the hands. And that was really about it. I also made sure to have a line layer and a color layer for the eyes and the mouths all separately. And also, yes, I did realize I forgot to shade the hair, but I will do that next time. I really don't feel like going in again and resaving all of the files. But with that, after nearly 8 hours of drawing, all of the art for this video is finally done. Okay, so I saved a bunch of the files. In the beginning, I did it with all the mouths. Then I realized I also need to do it with the eyes. So then I just did the eyes, and then I actually got bored after realizing I would have 13 of every pose. So then I just took one, and I hope that I can just take the mouths, like put them apart and overlay them. I'm gonna put them in my file. Just standing there menacingly. I'm gonna get my background actually. Just put that in there real quick. Standing on top of my desk. That's actually kind of funny. Also, I didn't realize that the picture, like that the background of a video is not 2x3 after drawing the background. So I need to cut off a bunch of the background, like zoom it in like so. Or I need to have it zoomed out, but there's like a black border around. I don't know which one I dislike more. That's a problem for another day though. No, actually that's a problem for later today. Okay, look at them standing there, that is adorable. I just can't read the expressions obviously. So one thing I'm worried about is, I don't know, like if I put in another one, if I put in B, then it's talking, right? Or at least it appears to do so. But if I move this over, oh, that is very close. Like, I put it to the side like this, right? Oh wait, no, I know how to do that, never mind. I just need to Control Z, Alt V, Control C, Alt V, and then just say video attributes, just all of them, there's only one. And then, look at that! Oh, they're 5 seconds long, right? Yeah! But then I can actually, it wouldn't be that hard to, I'm just gonna have to save all of the mouths and eyes by themselves, which I haven't done. But then it would work. I actually don't want them like this. I want them smaller, little higher maybe, more to the side. But look, doesn't it look like I'm standing there? Oh, I love that. Okay, and then for the transition, what can I do? I can go into effects and then say video transitions. Oh yeah, do this. Look. Oh, that's horrible. And I can do, my laptop doesn't like DaVinci, so I'm sorry. Shut up. I'm sorry that you can hear it. I cannot turn off my laptop. Edgy. Oh yes. Look at that. Boom. Okay, no. I think I'm gonna have to do this manually. Just disappear every time there's a transition. Ooh. What I think I want is, what do I want? For them to go up, I guess? Or stretch? I don't know how to animate. I don't know the timing of squash. I don't know the timing of squash and stretch. But what if we just stretch this one? Oh, not sideways. Oh my god, okay. Okay, that needs to be much shorter, obviously. Like 2 frames or something. that's hilarious. That's not right though. Maybe even shorter. Oh, that's actually cute. Whoop, whoop, whoop. How many frames is this? This is 2 frames. What if we do 1 frame? There. Ah! Ah! Look at the little bounce. Oh, that's adorable. I love that. That could work, I think. Ooh, I'm gonna have to record some audio and then just try it out. But I think this will work. I just need to save the mouse and the eyes by themselves. Then I can just use the like blank ones, like this one, and just paste them on there. And I will have them linked if I just copy paste the like specs, not specs, but like the zooms and everything. And that way they're linked because they will be linked. They will be in the same spot, right? Because my file, I just save them normally. I think seeing all them standing here is just really funny. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the mouse and the eyes separately, and then I'm gonna go to my intro because I'm planning to use this for the intro. I think that will work. And then it's just thinking of where to put the mouse, where to put what pose and everything. I think I have a lot of poses, way more than necessary, but I love scooping my plates all full. Just look how cute this is. I just keep replaying it. Okay, that's fine. And the background looks good. But if I do this, like if I have it as much, where are the edges? There. If I have it as much as I can, then I would also want to zoom this one in because she feels small. I think I'm just gonna have to extend this, which I don't want to. Maybe I'll just extend like my closet. That wouldn't be too hard. Yes. Okay, let's go. That's actually really funny. Okay, we'll do them separately. So we'll do the eyes. Save this as eyes A, as a PNG obviously. And the mouse. Now I just have a file that's just this, which I think is really funny. It's like, what, 100 pixels? I have just as many mouse as I have poses, which is fine. I'm gonna have to get rid of these. Oh, oh, where did that go? I forgot I wanted some star eyes, but I don't think I'm gonna use them anytime soon, so it should be fine. Just picking some random poses. I think this pose is really funny. Okay, then we have poses, and then the transition between the poses is just one stretch. Wait, first get them in position, see where I want them. I'm just gonna keep the background full for now. We'll figure that out later. I want it around, maybe around here. And then we can Ctrl+C, and then just Alt+F, video attributes, and then they're all in the same spots. And then for the transition, we'll take 1 frame. Oh, that's too much. I forgot how much I stretched it. That's right. It's alright. Okay, that will be fine. We're gonna have to... I don't know how you can do this quicker. Just like take 1 frame. And then once more, just Ctrl+C, Alt+V, apply, and then they're stretched the same way. Yes, this is good. And then we'll add in the mouse. So, and the eyes. I'm just gonna pick eyes A. Yes, that's great. Mouth A. Just for starters. There. I want it to blink, so I'm gonna have to find the blink eyes. That's... Ooh. Oh! I got it in 1. It's E. Which ones were the eyes? And then we're just gonna randomize some mouths because I don't know how to lip sync. Live animating here. Wait. That actually worked. Oh, I like this combination. That's so cute. Look. It's giving... oh, this is gonna take forever, but I think this will also get like easier with practice. Oh shoot! I didn't stretch the eye, so they just... Okay, note to self, don't forget to stretch the eye and the mouth as well, or you'll get this, which is honestly incredibly funny. But I can't. I can't. Okay, we got a small sequence. Let's play it. I'm blinking way too fast, but just kind of randomize the mouse. Let's see. Okay, that's going way too quickly, so that's good because that means I need to do less when actually doing the thing, but look! It's like I'm talking! I'm so happy! That is so cute! Oh, I love that! Look at that, and then I just stand there awkwardly. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm glad because I wasn't sure that I would be able to. But I think I'm just gonna take this and then edit the intro, which I'm not gonna record because my laptop would explode. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along this journey. For me, it was certainly a journey. I did have a lot of fun with everything and just puzzling it all together, making it fit and making it work. I'm very happy that I finally actually designed my persona. That was something that was due for over a year, I think. I'm just very glad that I have something for the intros and outros now because I always struggled with what footage to show there. Anyways, if you enjoyed, please let me know. I will see you guys in my next video. Real quick, no video next week because I will be on holiday. But until next time, happy sketching and bye bye!